Hi, everyone. Thank you for practicing today. This practice is going to be a little bit longer and it's going to focus on the glutes, okay? So I know it's kind of, people kind of joke like it's a booty practice, but our glutes are really important for our low back, for our core, for our pelvic girdle, just really supporting our torso. And the other thing is a lot of us sit a lot for work and other things and travel, and when we don't use those muscles, they kind of just go away. So it's really important to work them. So anyway, yeah, and you can help your booty look better. So, all right, let's get started with our practice. If you have blocks or blankets, you can grab them. I don't know that you'll necessarily need them, but it's kind of nice to just have them there in case you do, okay? So we're gonna start. Let's come to Sukhasana, and actually, I am gonna grab one of my blankets and sit up on it because, so if you need to go grab one, just pause me, okay? It just feels better when your knees can be a little bit lower than your hips, okay? So welcome yourself to your mat. Really thank yourself for being here, taking this time, choosing to work with yourself, to better yourself for your own health and well-being. And I invite you to gently close your eyes, soften your eyes, and just bring one hand to your heart, and then bring one hand to your, kind of that area below your ribs, above your belly button, solar plexus area. Make sure your back is long, your neck is long, shoulders are down, chin's parallel to the floor. And as we sit here in stillness, just pay attention to what comes to you. Pay attention to what your heart is asking. Pay attention to what you're needing. I came across a beautiful quote by Walt Whitman, and it said to re-examine all that you've been told and dismiss that which is unjust to your soul. When you're ready, you can softly blink your eyes open and just bring your hands together at your heart center in Anjali Mudra, and just leave a little tiny opening between your palms. Just hold whatever it is you're needing, your intention, whatever your heart told you, hold it in there. And then just bring your thumb to your heart center. Go ahead and take a deep breath in and blow it out your mouth. And following your hands with your eyes, start to bring your hands up above your head. Reach and then lower your right hand down to the mat next to you. Reach over with your left. Press into your left hip. Inhale up and then switch sides. So bring your right arm up. Left arm goes down. Press into your left hip. Look up under your right arm. Rotating our heart center up. And let's do it again. Slowly here. Rotate it up. I know this isn't glutes, but we'll get there, I promise. Oh, really getting to our side body. We don't move this direction a lot in our everyday, so it's nice to do it on the mat. Okay, a couple more. All right. So let's uncross our feet, extend them straight out in front of you. I'm just going to reach for the bottom of your feet. Get a nice stretch in the back of your legs, or you can reach for your ankles or your shin. All right, so we're going to come down onto our backs. So you might want to move your blanket out of the way, and then just come all the way down. Walk your feet in so they're close to your bum as you can get them. Or if you want your middle finger to touch on them, you can do that. That will only depend on the anatomy of your arms. If they don't touch, don't worry about it, okay? The biggest thing is your thighs are parallel, your shins are parallel, your feet are parallel. So they're all making the number 11, okay? All right, so press your head in the mat and then lower your shoulders down a little bit. And really think about all edges of your feet, okay? If you need to roll around on them for a minute, just to identify them, because we're gonna use them, okay? They're gonna work, okay? So go ahead. When you're ready, really press into your feet and just barely lift up your hips, just a tiny hover. Nothing extreme here. And then lower it down. Let's do that again. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Again, inhale up. Exhale down. All right, let's inhale up again. On this one, we're gonna stay there a moment, okay? And ever so slightly, take your hips a little bit to the left, like barely, maybe half an inch. Bring them back. Half an inch barely to the right. Bring them back. Back to center, lift up. Press your feet into the floor, your shoulders, your forearm, back of your tricep area, okay? Take it again to the left, back to center, again to the right, back to center. And we can add some breath here if you want. If you want to inhale up, exhale down, take it to the right, inhale center. Just do your breath that makes sense to you, okay? My inhales might not make sense, so do what makes sense to you. A couple more here. Just feel that super tiny movement, okay? And then when you've met up in the middle, meet me there. We're just gonna do a teeny tiny pulses down. We're not going to lower all the way, just super small, okay? And when you're ready, let's press all the way up into a full bridge. I know, it's burning. Whew. Lift a little bit more. Couple more breaths. Come onto your tippy toes. And then start to lower down super slow, like a sloth. The last thing to lower will be your heels. Whew. All right. Let's go ahead and extend your feet straight up and then bend your knees in towards you and reach for each sides of your pinky toe. And we're just going to roll out here a little bit and happy baby. Just because that was a lot. We need a little break. All right, bring it back in. And we're going to come to seated. If you want to try to roll to seated, you can. So basically just start rocking a little bit, build some momentum, and when you're ready, just pull yourself all the way up. Okay? All right. So let's come over to tabletop here. So your wrists are under your shoulders, your knees are under your hips. Spread your fingers super wide. And then make your pointer fingers parallel to each other. And then bring your thumb in a little bit more, closer to them, okay? Your wrist crease are parallel to the shoulder of the mat. We're going to extend your right foot back. Press back through your right heel. Really press into it, okay? And go ahead and lift your right leg. We're going to take it over towards the left, tap it down, lift it back up. Take it out to the right, tap it down, lift it back up. And then when we're in the center, we're going to bend and we're going to donkey kick, okay? A few donkey kicks in there. And then as we're donkey kicking, let's make sure your right hip is parallel or the same height from the floor as your left hip, okay? It might want to go up a little. So you got to square it back, okay? Extend your right foot back, tap over to the left, bring it up, tap over to the right, back to center, donkey kicks. Let's do that again. Over to the left, over to the right, back to center, and donkey kick. And then bring it down, okay? You can tuck your toes, shake out your wrists. Your hands need a break. Let's come back. Right foot, right knee is actually, we're just going to lift it up and do a little tiny hover, okay? So this is my left side, but it's going to look like that on the right, okay? So a little hover, toes and right knee point to the right, and then you're just going to bring it back down, keeping the hover, okay? We don't want to land it. We're just going to do a few of those. You can inhale up, exhale down. Find your breath. And then land it down. Let's tuck our toes. Let our arms rest a minute. So go ahead and flip your palms up. Rest your head down. And then make a fist and put your thumb on the outside of your fist. And then let's come back up, okay? All right. Ready? Left side now. So extend your left foot back. Really press. Press into it. Lift it up. Take it and tap it over behind you to the right. Back up. And then out to the left. Back to center. Bend your knee. Foot's parallel to the ceiling. And we're going to donkey kick. Extend it out. Take it over to the right. And then over to the left. Back to center. And then donkey kick. Again, extend over to the right, over to the left, back behind you, and donkey kick. and then bring it back down. All right, let's hover our left knee, and then we're just going to point knee and toes to the left, and then bring it down. So inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. Couple more. Really get into the side glute here. All right, let's land it down. Take your right shin and bring it like to a 45 behind you, and then extend your left foot to the side so your toes are pointing to the left. Reach up your left hand and back. I open up here, a Stargazer pose. And then from there, let's pull everything up to the middle and really engage their pelvic floor, pulling up through the center, up through your glutes. Extend your left hand down, right arm up and over. And then imagine we're twisting just at our heart center towards the sky here. And then sweep it down. Rotate yourself back. Let's do the other side. So kickstand your left foot, right foot's going to extend. Press into your right foot, and then again, we're just going to reach up. Really nice. Stargazer, really enjoy it. Stretching, reaching. And then bring yourself all the way up to the middle. Pull everything in. And then left hand goes down, right arm goes up and over. And then sweep your left arm down, right hand. We're back to tabletop. We'll do the other side again. So kickstand your right foot, reach over. Again, a nice Stargazer stretch. And we're going to before we bring it up, we're going to lift up your left leg. So it's about hip height. Okay. Now, if you're okay here, if you like this, just stay here. Or you can start to bend it in towards your bum, okay? So you can start to bend and extend your leg. It's a kneeling half moon with some bending going on. Okay. And then also, there's also an option if you want to bend your foot in really close to your bum, you can reach for the top of your foot, your left hand, and then press into your left hand with your right foot, okay? And open up that way. There is another option for you. So you have 3 choices. Or there's also child's pose, Savasana. Those are choices too. Couple more breaths. Pull your low belly in for support here. Open up again. We're opening up through the heart center. All right, if you are binding with your foot, gently release it and then extend it out. And again, we're going to do something else. Stay here. We're going to just do tiny little lifts. Super tiny, if you like that, okay? Super duper tiny. All right, let's take our gay pose. We need it. Reach up and over. If you find your extended leg was too far forward like mine, you can bring it back a little bit. All right. You ready? Let's do the other side. So let's come back to tabletop. And we're gonna kickstand our left leg now. Come over, extend your right foot so it's pointing to the right. Again, enjoy your Stargazer, reach up. When you're ready, go ahead and lift up your right leg so it's hip height. Press through the heel. And here's where we have our options. We can stay here to a kneeling half moon. We can bend and extend. Or if you want to take the bind, bring your foot in as close as you can to your bum. Grab the top of your foot and then press your foot into your hand, okay? Lifting your leg. And if you're ready to get out of the bind, bring your foot in close to your bum and gently extend your leg back out to hip height. And then we can do our little pulses here if you want. Really tiny. All right, let's take it down. Whew. Bring your toes together, your knees wide to the edge of the mat, and we're gonna bring our bum back. Find your elbows with your hands and then walk it up a little bit so we're getting to that side body again. And then from there, bring your bum even more into your feet, okay? And just enjoy the break. When you're ready, let's come back to tabletop. Go ahead and pick up your right foot, put it between your hands, and then you can tuck your left toes and walk your left knee down a little bit. So we're in a low lunge. From here, we can sink in. Lunge poses are great because they help stretch our psoas. Which connects from the back of our spine to the inner part of our leg. So you can stay low in your lunge like this, or if you want to bring it up, you can. Shoulders down, sinking here. And then sweep your arms down. From here, let's just start to wiggle our foot straight, okay, onto our heel. You can keep a micro bend in your knee if you want to. Just half monkey pose. If you have blocks, sometimes it's nice in this pose to use them. Come up like that, keeping your back straight. All right, let's bring our right leg back to meet our left, and then we'll take our low lunge left side. So bring your foot in. If you need to tuck your right toes and walk your knee down to get deeper, you can. And then however you want to express your lunge. You can do cactus arms, you can do heart center. And from there, if you have blocks, if you want to grab them, just start to wiggle your foot straight, okay? Onto your heel. These moments of stillness and calm and quiet, we can always come back to our intention if we want, or if we just want to enjoy the quiet, it's there too. And then let's bring it back. All right. Let's come back to tabletop. Tuck your toes, lift up to downward facing dog, Adho Mukha. Press out here. Go ahead and walk your feet to your hands. And we're going to forward fold here. So we're forward fold, and again, we're going to find our elbows. We're going to bend our knees a lot and rest our torso on top of our thighs, and then go ahead and lift your arms up. Almost like a genie pose. Chair pose here. Awkward pose, Ukatasana. Sink a little lower. From here, after a couple more breaths, I know, we're going to roll onto our tippy toes, bring our hands so they're looking at each other, palms looking at each other behind us, and we're in diver's pose now. We're looking at our mat. From there, we're just going to start to bring our gaze up, staying on our tippy toes, bring our hands clear above us, balancing. And when we're ready, lower our heels down. And bring your hands to your heart center, okay? From here, right foot's gonna go back. So we're in a crescent lunge. And we're just gonna start to drop, slowly drop our right knee and lift it up. Lower and lift. Couple more here. Breathe into it. Find your breath. Inhale, exhale. All right. From there, step your right foot to meet your left. We're going to shake it out. And we're going to come into tree pose so your right foot's lifted. So from here, really press in the mat with your left foot like we did in the beginning with bridge pose. And then engage your glutes. Engage your glutes of your standing leg and the glutes of your lifted leg, okay, to open up here. And again, we're using our muscles to pull our leg up. We don't want to be pressing into any joints on our standing leg, okay? Find your drishti, find your anchor. If you fall, it's okay. And go ahead and express your tree, however your tree looks. You can be kickstand, you can be on your shin, you can be clear up to your thigh. At your knee, just don't push into your knee joint, okay? Couple more breaths. Really engage your glutes here. From there, bring your hands together at your heart center. We're going to step your right foot wide and then rotate your left foot so it's at a 45, and we're going to sink to goddess. Okay? Rise up to star, sink to goddess. Rise up to star, sink down. Some goddess squats. Up. And then let's sink down really deep. Bring your hands on top of your knees. Take your right shoulder towards your left knee. Sink. And then bring it back up. Take your left shoulder towards your right knee. Sink down. Bring it up. Let's do that a couple more times. All right, let's sink down a little bit lower one last time and then bring ourselves all the way up. Whew. Okay, come back to your top of your mat, top of the house here. Shake everything out, okay? We're gonna do the same thing other side. Okay, this time left leg's going back. We're going to a high lunge, high crescent. So just make sure your bent leg, your knee is either a little bit behind or above your ankle, just not past your ankle, okay? Ready? Let's do this. Lower your left knee down. And then as you come up, you'll start to straighten your right knee if you want to, okay? So just sink, come up. You can add some breath. Inhale, exhale. Find your breath, okay? I might mess you up. And just really focus on keeping your bent knee in a line with your foot, okay? We don't want it to go to the side. So you really have to be pressing into your front leg's foot. Couple more here. All right. Bring your left foot to meet your right. And let's take our tree pose, other side. Okay, again, engage your standing leg's glute, and then engage the glute of your bent leg and kind of bring your hip point back a little bit, okay? The problem is if we don't engage our glutes, our low back's going to take all the pressure of the pose. So by engaging our glute, we're adding some support, some stability, okay? Okay, when you're ready, step your left foot wide, rotate your right foot so it's out of 45, and we're gonna sink into our goddess squats here. You can bring your arms however you want. Star pose to goddess. Really sinking down. All right, a couple more. All right, and when you're ready, let's sink really, really deep. I'm gonna turn and face you. Okay, sink really deep. Left shoulder's gonna go to right knee. Sink, lift up, sink down, right shoulder to left knee. Just alternate here. I might have said that wrong in the beginning, but you know what I mean, right? One shoulder goes to one knee, other shoulder to the other knee. Sink down a little bit more. I know we're almost there. All right, let's bring it up. Woo. Oh, you can come to the long end of your mat. Let's stretch out our legs a little. They need it a little bit. Turn your toes. They're pointing straight forward. Reach for the ground. Here's another place if you have a block. Let me see if I can grab mine. If you have a block, nice place and time to use them. These forward folds. All right, we're gonna walk our hands, both our hands over towards our right leg. Reach for your right shin with your left hand and then rotate your right arm up. Land it down, back to center. Bend your knees if you need to a little bit. I'm going to walk your hands over to the left. Grab onto your left shin with your right hand and then reach up with your left hand. And then bring it down. And we're going to crawl ourselves to the front of our mat and come into plank. Okay? So we're in plank pose here. If you want to lift your right foot, so you're in three-legged plank, and you can tiny little pulses on your right side. And then lower down, let's lift our left, point, tiny little pulses. Really tiny. Lower down. Let's press your torso forward. Lower yourself down into your belly. And we can roll out our hips a little bit here. All right, go ahead and make a forearm pillow. You can rest your forehead. And then take your right toes. Can you see it really good? Take your right toes, tuck them like that, and just start to lift your knee up, okay? Lift and lower your knee a little bit on the right side. I'll lay this one down so you can kind of see. So these are super tiny again. And then let's do the other side. So untuck your right toes and then tuck your left and then lift. Super tiny pulses here. And then you can undo your left leg. Go ahead and bend your left knee so it's up at your side like that. You can rest on your right side of your face. Bring up as much as you can to your hip. And let's extend it down. Let's do the other side. So bend your right knee up. It's right next to you. Turn your head so you're laying on your left side of your face now. And then let's undo that. Hands go to each side of heart center. Your arms are tucked in next to your ribs, and elbows are straight back. You're gonna lift up to baby cobra, and then just keep yourself all the way back to child's pose. All right, you can come up to hero's pose here. If you want to come up to kneeling, okay. And we could just kind of reach back a little bit. If you want to reach back for your heel, if you want to tuck your heel and reach back, you can, alternating side to side. The biggest part here is engage your low belly and then bring your whole torso back and then reach for your heel, okay? You can bring yourself forward, bring your whole self back, reach for your heel. If you want to reach for both, if that's accessible to you, you can do that. If not, we can just do this nice practice where we're going back, engaging our core, feeling the engagement in our glutes, just like kind of a rockin' camel a little bit. I can tap, tap. All right, let's bring our hands back to tabletop, and then let's come back to downward facing dog. Adho Mukha, press it out here. Walk your feet to your hands. Go ahead and forward fold. Ready Ready, let's take our chair pose, Ukatasana. Again, if you want to rest your whole torso on top of your thighs, hands out in front of you. And then we can come onto divers, bring your palms behind you, looking at each other, you're onto your tippy toes. And then let's come all the way up, staying on your tippy toes, hands above your head. Find your drishti, reach, lower down, right foot's behind you. Whoa, crescent, sink it down. Bring your right foot to meet your left. Let's come into tree pose. Gauge your glutes. Express your tree, shoulders down. Step your right foot wide. Rotate your left feet to a 45, sink to goddess. Again, we can do star here. Find your knees with your hands. Left shoulder to right knee, sink it down. Right shoulder to left knee, sink it down. Come back up. Meet at the top of your mat. This time, left foot back. High lunge, left side. Again, let's ready. Drop it down. Step your left foot up. Tree. Gauge your glutes. Grow your tree. Find your drishti. Shoulders down a little bit. Step. Left foot wide, rotate right feet to 45, sink to goddess. Rise up. Sink it down. All right, let's find your knees with your hands. Right shoulder to left knee, sink. Back up. Left shoulder to right knee, sink down, back up. Inhale, exhale. All right, when you're ready, top of the house, top of the mat, inhale up. Hands to heart center, forward fold. Drag it up to flat back, so fingertips are above your knee, pressing through your bum, through your crown. We're making a super long line there, okay? Bend your knees, come down. Land, frame your feet with your fingertips and then your palms, right foot back, left foot back to plank. Press the mat away a little bit, check your fingers. First fingers parallel, thumbs in a little bit more. Other fingers are spread wide. Roll your upper inner thighs towards each other. Press through your heels. Lift your right foot, point your right toes. Little pumps here. Got this, guys. We're almost done. Land it down, other side. Point, lift, little pumps. Land it down, press your whole body forward. Lower yourself down, either knees or whole body, and roll it out. Forearm pillow. Tuck your right toes, some knee lifts here. Untuck your right toes, tuck your left toes, knee lifts other side. And then let's take our break. Left knee up by hip. Can rest on the right side. And then bring it back, right knee up by hip. Rest on your left side. And then let's bring ourselves, hands at each side of heart center. Arms are hugging into ribs, elbows straight back. And we're going to press up and all the way back to child's pose. Again, find your elbows, walk your elbows up. Sink your bum back. And then let's come to our backs. Come all the way down. Do a little bit of core work. I know it's a glute practice, but the cores and glutes kind of work together, so. All right. Let everything settle. Press your head into the mat. Lower your shoulders down. Send your feet up. And we're just going to do scissor kicks. So you're going to cross your right knee in front of your left knee's behind, and just switch opposite like that, okay? Now, the amount of core engagement you get depends on, number one, your speed, and number two, how much you lower down. You don't want to lower down so much that it hurts your low back, so find that space where it's safe, but you're still getting the core engagement, okay? You can do your speed, you can make it wide, you can make it shorter. Okay, let's just do some scissor kicks here for a minute. All right. Few more breaths. Remembering to press your sacrum into the mat, okay? Shoulders into the mat. All right, let's hug it in. And then cross your right ankle above your left leg. Bring your left leg to a 90. And then reach to that space you made and pull in a little bit your left leg in towards you. So we're in a supine figure 4. Flex your toes so they're pointing at your shins. And from there, start to just bring your right leg over even more, okay? So it's on top of it. And then we're just gonna gently take your legs over to the left. Extend your right arm at shoulder height and then look to your right. All right. Engage your core and lift up your legs and bring them back to center. Hug your knees into your chest. And then cross your left ankle behind your right leg. Right leg's at a 90. Flex your toes. Again, we reach that space we made. Bring your leg in towards us. If you want to get deeper into your hip, you can pull your leg in a little bit more. And then when you're ready, start to bring your left leg over even more on top of your right leg, and then take both your legs to the right. If you have a blanket or pillow, sometimes it's nice, or block, to rest them on one of those. And then left hand's gonna extend to the left, and then look at your left hand. And then let's bring it back, everything back up to center. Give yourself a hug, and then bend your knees in towards you. And your knees might want to be a little bit to the side of your hips, okay? And grab onto the bottom of your feet, and we can come to happy baby. And your feet are parallel to the ceiling or the sky, okay? And just kind of pull your hips in a little. You can roll out if you want. If you like happy baby. Some people don't like it, so don't do it if you don't like it. All right, let's go ahead and extend. Whew. Extend your legs out. Point your toes, reach your arms above your head. Really stretch out here. And we can settle in for Savasana. Again, if you have a pillow or a blanket, sometimes it's nice to put it under your knees just for a little cushioning. So just make sure you're comfy before you go into Shavasana. If you need a blanket or socks or sweater. And then just let everything be really heavy. I like to say the mat is like a hammock. It's holding you. So go ahead and relax your toes. Relax your ankles. Relax your shins and your knees. Relax your thighs and your hips. Relax your fingers and your wrists, your forearm. Relax your elbows, your upper arms, and your shoulders. Relax your collarbone and your neck. Unclench and relax your jaw. Relax your ears and your nose and your cheekbones. Relax your eyes and your forehead and your crown. Relax your heart center. When you're ready, start to bring small movements to your feet and your fingers. You can roll around on your heels. Take a deep breath in, exhale it out. Just start to wake up your body, bringing yourself back. Awareness. And let's bring our hands above our head. We're going to reach again and point our toes. Full body stretch. You can walk your heels. And then let's hug it in again. And then take everything over to the left. And slowly press yourself up to seated. Bring your hands together at heart center. Thanking yourself for taking this time to practice. Thanking yourself for taking these steps towards making yourself feel better, making yourself healthier. Again, in the words of Walt Whitman, re-examine all that you've been told and dismiss that which hurts the heart. May you be okay. May you be healthy. May you be free from suffering. May you continue to be awesome, and may you progress. Namaste. Thank you again so much, everyone. I'm so glad. I was honored to practice with you and share this space and this time on the mat to get strong, okay? All right, see you next time.